Morning. So we are going to get both planters going today. BJ's doing some tilling. We've decided to unhook our rolling harrow for the day because we got rain coming in. That thing leaves a really nice finish, but we kind of want that ground to be a little open. That way when it rains, it dries out a little faster. So we're going to drop it for the day. And BJ's going to run over some ground that he's been spreading for beans and hopefully some corn ground. We've got 331 acres of corn left to plant. I don't think I'll get it all planted today because it's in about 15 fields. And some of it still needs worked down. So this morning I'm going to get Dad going in this. He's never ran the Avatar, so I have to do a little training. Don't worry about that. That's wheat. That's not beans. But I got to back it out, calibrate the meters, which doesn't take long. Need to put that BR1 Mini in the floorboard in the machine, and then he will be set. This unfolded and we're going to adjust our depths. We're a little deep right now, I'd almost guarantee, because the last thing I planned with this was, well, I guess it would have been wheat, so maybe we're not deep. We'll still check. Also, I'm having a little bit of issues getting my satellites to load up. Come on, hurry up. So I need that to be green, then we're good to go. Right now we will not steer. That's a good sign. We're getting there. Calibration is complete. Looking at our depth here, we might be good. So this would make it shallower if we moved this down. Except we have ran right there before. I'll have to check it in the field. So I'm gonna run down here and make sure Dad's good to go, and then we're gonna go plant some corn. A little bit of a change of plans. I am going to eventually start planting beans today. So we're gonna plant a few fields of corn, and then we're gonna come back and plant beans. It's only got 2 sections.
At the end?
Yep. Ground's still a little wet. So we're coming out here to check our depth. This is straight no-till. This is really sandy ground, and just in the mindset of saving some time, we're just straight no-tilling her. But that one right there is not very deep. I mean, that one's only that far, ½ inch maybe. Dad really likes horse. First time he's actually ever used it though. Feel a lot better now that we got beans going in the ground. Wish we had a couple hundred more acres than we have done, or 6, but at least after today we'll have 200-300 done. Well, assuming everything goes good. Might be a little too early to say stuff like that.
Hey Brian, give me a camera here. Started planting beans. First time I've planted beans for years. Used to plant years ago. Me and my brother farmed together. We planted corn and we planted beans. Then we got later on farmed more, started planting beans and corn, both those. Anyway, we're planting. Just got started this afternoon. Found the first beans in the ground. He had some corn he was going to plant up around the shop. That was all he was going to get to do. The rest of it was kind of wet. Where it had been worked. BJ's run the accelerator. Had to help dry some of this ground out where we run that Stafford tool. He's going over it, and that's he run over this ground here. It's really settled down, smoothed it out.
I wanted to come over here and plant this 60-acre field because my planter is empty. I have 25 bags of a certain hybrid that will go well in this field, so I'd like to just come straight here. But this field has, I think it's a wheat stubble field. It's never been worked. Usually that wheat stubble will hold moisture in, so we need to check it. It might be too wet. Pretty surprised how wet the field Dad's running in is. And that's kind of got me curious if this one will be too wet. Just like my daddy taught me, I'm gonna drive out here, I'm gonna spin my wheel, and that's how we'll know if it's too wet. Probably blow the rear end out of this thing. That's a little damp. A little bit. Not bad, but a little bit. That's really not what... That is how I've seen Dad check fields, but that wasn't what I was planning on doing. We might plant another field first. Oh man, there's definitely some moisture there. That is not going to plant today. Definitely not. That sucks. So that is one of the disadvantages, in my opinion, of straight no-till. If this had been VT'd, the sun would have been hitting it a little sooner and would have got some of that moisture out. But this wheat stubble is really holding in some moisture, which can be good and it can be bad depending on, I guess where you live and what you need. It's like one of the neighbors been planting. That's their corn planter too. Now they probably planted on the other side of these trees yesterday, but I do know that they had worked their ground. That is a 20-inch corn planter, folks. Now here is a good example of what I was talking about. This cornfield, or this will be a bean field this year, just on the other side of the ditch from that field we were just in. I could definitely plant this today. Definitely plantable. So I almost forgot, we have to go across the road in the loader and move that tree out of the way we found last night. So I'm taking the JCB over there. I think this will be enough. I'm probably just gonna scoot it straight into the woods. Would be a good firewood tree, but well, there's plenty of good firewood trees and I ain't got time to cut it up right now. So we are driving across planted rows right here. Don't like that, but it is what it is. Now in the middle here we have not planted. We're going to go through there. We're going to come back out on the same path. Bet the downforce map really shows our tracks, because these tires pack down a little bit more so than a tractor tire. Thing's covered in grapevine, so we are tangled up in wonderful, absolutely fantastic. So last night I just skipped this spot in the field doing the end, so just have to remember to come back and fill this in. Otherwise I'll feel like a real big dum-dum.
Yeah, we got one more round around the end rows. Like I say, BJ running the accelerator over that. Had the crummer on the back of the first roller or crummer or whatever they call it, packer, whatever they call it, on the back of the tune accelerator. And boy, it really does a nice job. It just kind of packs it down a little. Takes a little longer to dry out, maybe. But it's nice and smooth, nice seed bed to plant in, I know that. Just getting used to this thing. Had trouble getting folded up there. We moved out of their field. I planted about 120 acres already. Moving out of their field, I had trouble folding up. Finally, a couple sensors I had to adjust. Finally got the fold. We got it going now, so maybe we can get some beans planted. Well, I hope you can see out there. The wind is pretty dirty. The tractor wasn't cleaned up very good. Nothing was supposed to have been ready. Brian said he had it ready to go and everything. But, we had to calibrate the drills for him. Takes some time getting calibrated, just getting the field, getting everything figured out how to work. Like I say, I'd never run this before, and everything's set, so it shuts off at the end. I hope it dribbles some out, so I hope this is the map over here, if you can see it. Watch it shut off. I know all I do is hit this end button, and that's all I had to do, turn it. I'll wait till the black gets out to the last pass there, and I'll hit the end button and start turning it, and the tractor will slow down a little bit. Slow down to about 6.5. The only thing I don't like that wheel, like the way it scoots there. I hit the go button, and it should line itself up. Wheel sets down, back online, starts planting. It shuts off half the planter at point rows. Like the planter, it's done a good job for us so far, both wheat and soybeans last year. Holds a lot of beans, that's nice. Planting on several acres. I think Brian said 150, 170 acres, depends on how much you're putting on.
So I'm just going to load that planter right there. I've got a Dynagrow variety over there by the combine in bags. I need 13 bags to finish that field over there, then we're going to switch varieties. As much of a pain in the butt as bags are, when you're switching hybrids all the time, they are pretty handy because you're not locked into putting 120 acres in the ground before you can switch hybrids. Now, it'd be a whole lot cooler if we just had 3 hybrids though. Next year, that might be the goal. An early hybrid, a middle hybrid, and a late hybrid. But this Dynagrow is 108-day corn. And last night in that field, well, it's on the other side of that wall, I was planting 109-day Sea Consultants hybrids. So that should make those harvest roughly the same time. That's probably a lot better than what I was going to do. I was going to put a 112-day variety in the planter, and that would have ran me kind of, you know, pretty large gap in maturities. Well, safety third. Huh. Well, that was a little different. Must have had more corn on that side. So we do have a baby on board. Well, a bag of seed. Actually got 3 on the back platform and 1 right here because I still had probably 1.5 units, 2 units in my box that supplies seed to rows 1 through 12. So I definitely misfilled it, I guess. But I didn't want to combine those seeds. So right now we've got a half and half planter. Half of it's got this Dynagrow and half of it still has the 109-day Sea Consultants. I'm going to plan out the Sea Consultants. We'll have a couple little side-by-sides right through here. And then we will get out and throw these bags in the empty hopper. First time we've had that. I guess we got to get out. Wonderful. I suppose this last 30 acres of this field is going to take hours. Just a line and we were good to go. Guess I need to put more talc in. One thing kind of neat, you can see the sprayer tracks in that compaction map, well, downforce map. Kind of interesting. There's a sprayer track and there's a sprayer track. And then I think over there is a floater track that you can see on that map. So we have 6 acres left of this field, not quite 6 acres. I just ran out in the box that had the Sea Consultants in it. I'm just going to put 1 bag in it for now because we're switching hybrids out of this field. We may have to come back and shuffle some seed around. We'll take that one. Got 4 acres left. I just split a bag, put in there. We should be good to go. And we're basically going to be empty when we get done, so that worked out well. Well, one thing about working beside the shop, didn't have to fold up. So one thing we are going to do, we are going to adjust our row cleaners because we are going to be in straight no-till now. Next one we need is a Pro Box, so I want to go grab an empty Pro Box off the tender, throw it on there and get back to it. Like I said, we're going to do about 40 acres, and then we're going to go relieve Dad in the bean planter, and he's going to go smooth up some ground that we're going to plant for the first time this year. It is a little rough. It's a cornfield. It'll be the next cornfield I plant, but it is not ready just yet. I don't think that it will be ready before this next rain either. It's a wheat stubble field as well. We really like to run the vertical tillage tool ahead on those wheat stubble fields if we don't strip till them, so I think Dad's gonna run the disc over the new part of that field, and then BJ's gonna vertical till the rest of that field. All right, we are loaded and ready to roll. And one thing about these little fields and switching varieties, it takes forever. I can plant realistically 50 acres in an hour in an open field. I've planted 30 in 2 hours. So goes it when you get to the small fields though. So this seed is a larger seed, and it has been singulating awesome. 99 to 100% all the time. Very minimal skips and multiples. Doing really well. Seed size plays a lot into that, but and this is I'm guessing this is a large flat seed. We got to go. Dad cannot figure out how to get the horse folded up, so I'm gonna go help him and, well, probably hop in it. Yeah, good news is Dad got it folded up. Apparently one of the sensors got out of adjustment, and with that sensor not being adjusted right, it's preventing the next sequence in the fold. But he said he figured it out. Apparently we're out of government juice and fuel. And change of plans. Dad decided he was having fun, I guess. He said he'd keep planting for a little while. So I'm going to go put some more seed in this tender just to make sure we have enough for tonight. If we get to that point, it'll be a miracle, but if it's late at night, I'd hate to run out of seed before I ran out of acres. So go put some seed in this tender. He is going to keep planting for a while. I was kind of planning on going to Emmy's ball game. My oldest daughter's last softball game for the season is tonight. And they're playing, well, a team I want to watch them play. So he's going to keep planting while I go to that. Basically, I was going to plant for like an hour and a half, and he's going to come back. So he said, I'll just keep going.
Well, I got done over there, back to the other field here. This one had the sulfur run over it, and then we run over there a few weeks ago with the Q accelerator and the unreverse rolling basket behind it. Boy, it really smoothed it out. Boy, it really did a good job. This field was really rough, bouncy, wavy, but it really smoothed it out. So it's rained on. A really nice seat bed. Smooth as can be, so at least we're getting them smoothed out. The equipment's done a good job. Ryan's supposed to be coming after Emmy's ball game tonight. Take over. Said it'll probably be 9 o'clock or so. We'll run till he gets here. See how much we get done tonight.
So when Dad gets done with this field, he'll be at 192 acres for the day, which for the first day of beans on a machine he's never ran, not bad. I'm gonna keep running it though. I'd like to get at least 60, 70 acres in the ground. This field he's in right now will be wheat this coming fall. So we try to get the wheat fields planted early, that way we can harvest them early. That way we can plant wheat right around the fly-free date, which is usually first week October. So this is a 32 acre field. Right across the driveway is a 52 acre field. On the other side of that's a 24 acre field. I'd like to get those all in the ground before this rain moves in tonight. And then if we don't get any rain, I want to get that land roller out here and roll this. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it at night on this DJI camera, but I'd like to roll it because this ground's pretty soft. It's been worked, and I want to roll it back flat. And I want to try out the land roller. I feel like in this work ground it would really shine. Get these ridges out of here. These ridges will still be here when we harvest if we don't. Now the seed tender is hooked to Dad's pickup truck. I am going to fill up before he leaves. And based on the rate that I'm putting on, that'll give us another 150 acres of seed before we're empty. Don't think I'm going to plant another 150 acres tonight, but we'll have plenty of seed. So I definitely got used to planting with 60 feet. I feel like we should have a lot more acres done. But I don't run this planter near as fast, or this drill, near as fast as I run the corn planter. The drill, I'll run, this is a very tilled field. I mean, 7.5 miles an hour, probably could run 8 here, okay. The corn planter though, I'd be running 10. And we're 60 foot wide, this is 40 foot wide, so quite a bit slower. I've planted with this machine for 3 years. I feel lost without my 2020 now. Planted with a 2020 for a month. I really like that monitor. I don't think you could have one on an air seeder though. That really wouldn't benefit you any. But one thing about it though, it's very simple. Yep, we're spitting seed. Yep, we're maintaining rate. Now that is our blockage monitor. If you notice there, one of those rows is orange. That row has been orange for a very long time, and I think the sensor's just not good on it because it never noticed any difference in that row after emergence, ever. First 50 acres down, moving on. Won't be a late night. I had people ask why I've been reboundering fields in my rock sore this spring. This boundary is only 3 years old. You can see how far off it is. Several feet. Like if I snapped onto that line for this boundary, I'd be in that driveway over there. I don't know why that's happened. For some reason we're having issues with boundaries. Even some of the ones that I made this year, for whatever reason, when I got to those fields, we pulled in old boundaries that I thought I had cleared out. So I don't know, but that's why I was redoing those. I wish that these ones worked because I can't really see back here very well. For example, I had no idea that I was dragging that up. Getting a few sprinkles on the windshield. It does appear that we have some rain moving in, but I was hoping it'd be a little bit yet. It would appear that we're going to be getting rain in about an hour. Not looking good. So I have 3 acres left in this field. I'd say that's all we're going to get. I was really going to go across the ditch and do at least another 30. That was my intention, and see how I was feeling, and possibly finish out this stretch of field. But weather's not going to cooperate. We have less than 5 minutes before this rain gets here, I'd say. It might be here now, actually. I hope not, but as fluffy and powdery as this dirt is, it will not take long for we will have to stop. But either way, once we get done, we're going to quit. I don't want to get this field beside us here opened up and then get another 10-day rain delay, because then those beans will be out of the ground. Well, we made it. We've succeeded. So this puts us at about 275 acres of beans in today. Not a bad first day. Yep, not a bad first day. Well, we made it. I'm going to close this thing up and head to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would, do me a favor, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next one.